Y'all, so I'm en route to my first stop on my solo date day, and it just gave me a lot of perspective thus far. Like, I'm a few hours in, a couple hours in maybe, and the thing about it is, damn if you do, damn if you don't, right? So I think my biggest hurdle or obstacle is overcoming mom guilt and all that comes with that. Like, I know that I'm deserving
use the right lane to turn right
of
to I-285
my own
west.
time. Very much aware of that. However, I'm also very, very heavily attached to my family, that being my husband and my kids. Because I actually like being with my family. Like, I enjoy, I like being with them. Like, I have a great time being with them. But it's getting to a point where I feel like I don't have time for myself, and a lot of that falls on me just not intentionally making that time for myself. And how that pans out in real life, right, is, and I also work from home, and our youngest is not in daycare. So because of those things, I'm always on, right? So I have the baby with me, and I'm exclusively nursing. That's a big part there, right?
Turn right to I-285 west.
If you've exclusively breastfed, then you know what I'm saying. If you have a partner or wife that exclusively nurses, then you can probably empathize with me on this. I feel bad because I know my husband feels bad, because it's almost like a resentment growing unintentionally against him. And it's a little, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little jealous sometimes, because it just seems as if he has more freedom than I do. And so we had a conversation about it, and I mean, he's super, and Clay is so freaking supportive, man. It's really up to me. And I think this just goes back to really communicating how you feel, and not
in 3.8 miles,
holding
take exit 20 I-75
grudges,
south toward Atlanta to US
but
41.
speaking up and speaking out. And it literally adds, so we do check-ins quite frequently, and he randomly texted me yesterday and was like, "Are you happy?" And I was like, on the scale of a 1 to 10, I'm a cool 6 right now. And it's all because I feel like I'm very stagnant. I'm very routine. I'm bored. Because my days look the same every single day, and I just don't think I've curated space for Lace to have her own time or things that personally fulfill me, whereas everyone else does. And that's no fault of his at all, because he encourages me. I can't tell you how often he encourages me to, like, go do something, go be out on my own, go be with my friends. It's been a little tough though, and I think it's the emotional capacity for me too, being so attached to my baby, my youngest baby. I don't know, and I don't know if it's because it's my last baby. I'm not sure. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I go through these spells or ruts every so often. And I think it's like within the first 2 years of each one of my kids' lives. And thank God, that's why we're not having any more kids, because I feel like, and let me speak from a very subjective approach, because I don't know if all women feel this way, but for me, it feels like after the first 2 years, that's kind of when you get your groove back, like when you're starting to create your own schedule again. And it's just that we've now identified it, we've now acknowledged it, and it's truly up to me to make the change. Like, I have to be the change that I want to see. As cliche as that sounds, it's the the darn truth. So when I text him that and we talked through it, he was pretty much like, hey, do me a favor, pack the kids a weekend bag, so you can have your space type situation. So they're gone. And y'all, I was legit about to cry because I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do with myself? What do I do with my time? Like, I'm up here nagging, and I'm not nagging. I'm expressing how I feel in regards to not having the time for myself. But it's like, okay, let's just say you are granted the 24 hours, 48 hours of just self time. What does that space look like for you? Yeah, so I'm just legit relearning myself as a whole. One thing that I do non-stop, y'all, I kid you not, I'm always putting together like looks in my head for like different photos, photo shoots for like me and the family, for myself, for styling purposes. Like, I'm always looking at someone externally and like, dang, man, I'm dressing them in my head like all different type of fabrics and flattering styles for their body types. Like, I'm looking at like hair, like, oh, she look good in bob, she look good in pixie cut, oh, she look good in black middle part bust out. Like, I'm always doing that. It's like non-stop. And even in my free time, I find myself acting like a buyer for like a retail company where I'm like putting together different outfits just because. I don't know why, but that's just how I'm wired. So obviously I need to get back into that. That's something I hold very passionate. I do it without any strings attached. I do it just because, right? I'm always styling. So I do that oftenly. I love dance. Like, I love every type of genre of dance there is. Growing up, I did ballet, I did African, I did jazz, I did tap, I did all of these different dances, and I've been so far removed and super disconnected with dance. So I'm eager to join somebody's dance class. I don't need Miss Boom Cat Cat all the way through, because I'm not good at choreographing dancing, but I'm a good student, okay? But I'm also not like boom 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 touch. I'm not Omarion either, but I could do a cool 1-2 step type situation. Like, I need something intermediate type level. I'm also adamant about getting back consistent to working out, because I worked out this morning and it really gave me a clear mind. But let's jump back to some. And also I'm interested in doing karate. Like, I want to do karate or taekwondo. So I think I'm going to join a class. I just need a schedule outside of my regular day to day, and I need to incorporate that. As far as friends are concerned, I'm in Atlanta, so I'm not too far away from my friends. But the thing about it is, our schedules are so hectic sometimes, so it's really hard to like really get up. So I'm just really learning how to be on Lacey's time, like learning to be on my own time, learning to relearn Lacey. What do Lacey want, in life? And all we have is time. Time is limited. So I don't want a heavy feeling in our household, because I feel stagnant and I have choices. So I can either add or I can either shut up. One or the two. And I'm choosing to add for the betterment of myself, and for the betterment for my relationship with my husband, and for the betterment of me being a mom and a friend and a sister and a cousin. I just need to make sure I'm not pouring from an empty cup. So that's what I'm doing. So right now, I'm in traffic. I'm going to press myself to go to Pinky Promise Champagne Bar in Atlanta. They just opened up at 12 o'clock. It's pushing 1 p.m. now. So I didn't make a reservation, so we'll see how that turns out. So I'm gonna do that. I think I may go see Sinners for the third time, just for like note taking and see all of the things I probably miss. You know, love that movie to the bone. Oh, this is what I wanted to say too. Perspective is everything, man. You know, you're always thinking about how the grass is much greener on the other side instead of just watering your own. And let me say this, okay? When you're single, you have those who really love being by themselves and love being on their own schedule and love the quiet time with them, because that's all they know. That's, you know, that's all that they've done. But it's when you have your own family, bro, family is so beautiful. Family is necessary. Family is community building. The quietness that I've had just in these last couple hours have been groundbreaking, because I thought about my grandma. You know, she's lost many of her friends. Most of her friends have passed. She's lost her husband. She's lost a child. So she's left there on her own. She's had to learn how to navigate these waters by herself. She's had to learn how to be in the stillness and the quietness of self. But it also reminds me of why she's always like latching on to my mom and my sister and us whenever you have events, because that quietness, like, you need people. We are wired to have people around us. So it also gave me perspective and light into like a lot of my single friends, why they're always on the go, why they're always traveling, why they always have the packed out schedule. Because they need community. They need, or else you'll go crazy. Like, sitting in your own solitude for so long would drive you nuts. Like, you have to talk to somebody. You gotta bounce stuff off. Like, God created other people to do just that. So I now see, like, okay, this is why the single people are always on the go. When you're married and you're looking from the outside, from inside out, right? You sometimes you can take for granted what you have. Like, you have your family, your own family that you created in beauty, in love. Like, cherish that, because I can't tell you how heartwarming it is to know that my man and my babies are going to miss me. Like, they're going to shout and love on me as soon as they come back, right? They love me enough to be like, hey, go do your thing and then come back, type situation. And I have to constantly remind myself that they're going to be there. Like, they're there. Go do what you need to do for yourself. So I'm just working through that. I'm working through that. So today is the start. And I'm also new to not being with my baby, who I exclusively breastfeed every single day. So we kind of doing this cold turkey, this whole 24-hour without her. But who knows? My goal for this summer was to completely get her off of me, because she's about to be 2 anyway. So this is going to help drastically with that transition too. And that's something that I've been talking to my husband about, regarding this transition. And you know, we talked about daycare, we talked about after school programs for the boys, just to kind of relieve me of some more time too. And so we have a plan. Lacey, I just have to actively work it, and I have to get to the root of why I'm so physically attached to my family like that. And I think it's just because the world, man, I just don't trust anybody with my babies outside of like my mom and them, like my family. I don't trust people with my babies. I just don't. And I pray over my babies constantly. I know that God will protect them and love them and guide their steps. It's just people. But I gotta even come up off of that, right? If I'm up here saying, hey, I want X, Y, Z, well, this is what's going to happen. And I have to trust their level of discernment, and whatever they meet while away, that we can come back, talk about it, and learn how to deal. So that's my little rant. I am going to keep y'all posted on my day, because I'm literally
5 minutes to exit 252 US 41
creating plans as I go.
Northside Drive.